Hi everybody, it's Caroline, and I am showing you today a flip through of my second completed junk journal that I made, and this one runs from the March 17th, 2020 to April 26th, 2020. So part of this was actually made it was made in Florida on our trip before we had to come back home in 2020, and I used this paper potato bag that has the string that you use to open it, and then I just continued sewing scraps of fabric, and then I cut it at the length that I needed it for this particular journal to wrap around. And this journal is made out of a newspaper / pamphlet from where we used to stay, and the pages, because it's newsprint, were very flimsy, so I folded them over. And I also, as I go through, I'll show you what I used to strengthen them. But I used some painty papers that I had made. That's part of that, glued onto the back of it. And then in the middle here on the spine, to reinforce that, I used this duct tape. And for the signatures, I reinforced them. Well, there are no signatures, I should say that. It's actually just all the pages folded over. And I used some baker's twine in between. I made the dangle with old buttons on a piece of wire, and then just some broken parts of old necklace that I have to make my little dangles. And then I also used on the top here, I just reinforced it with the actual map of where we used to stay, and I colored it with watercolors. And so the first one is, and I also use this as a gratitude journal. And I have some old vintage patches that I had from my very young sewing days. And then lots of newsprint, of course, covered up with different pieces of paper. And there's all magazine cutouts here. Some stamps. I had put a little kit together to go to Florida because I knew I wanted to do some journaling or make something. And so this is all from that. And just a flip out that I made with, again, just lots of writing, magazine, stickers, stamps, magazine. I have also in here the paper that I created, my own paper. Made a little bit of a little booklet here, so I can write little notes to myself. And this is made with my old cash register tapes that I had at my business, so I kept those. And then I have another little tuck spot here with a bookmark. Has pictures of our grandson on the other side. Another flip out, just stamping. Again, I was not at my home, so I had my little travel kit that was very limited with supplies, although I did buy some stuff at the dollar store while we were visiting. But all the papers and everything and the paints are from my own stash. Here's a picture of a butterfly on a thistle on one of our walks. So I took that, shrunk it down, and printed that off. This was when we got home. And also here, this was kind of funny. I saw this online because, of course, there was all that toilet paper catastrophe going on. So that was a very humorous little meme. I cut that, printed that. And then in my daughter's stash that I had inherited was this sticker. I guess it's a bunch of girls going on a road trip, and if she's holding a roll of toilet paper out the window. So I just wrote about how we needed some comic relief during this time. What else are you going to do? And then this is you could use this, well, it's a tag, journaling tag, but I could use this also as my bookmark, and I made a little altered paper clip that I stuck in here. And this is part of the magazine. can get that in there. And then also on the paper clip I made my very first paper beads. Well, I probably made these when I was younger, but these were with a purpose, and they're from some painty papers that I cut up. I made those. And then just more collaging and painting and distressing. And then some pages, some book page that I wrote on, some more of the newsprint, and then just some writing down. Used the acrylic paints for that. I used some packaging, Dove soap here. I also made this little envelope that has these little tags in there, and then you could write on that. Here's another flip out, and this is a place where we used to go, a little tiki bar in the area where we stayed. It just shows what they offered at their property. A fun spot to meet people. Here's some painted page again that I journaled on, put some magazine. This is the palm trees where we stayed. I took a picture and shrunk it down for that. Could write down here. I mean, I could still use this and write things down if I wanted to. Then we're coming into Easter. So I just did, this is kind of Easter themed. Magazine. Again, I know exactly which magazine this was from. I remember cutting this out. I loved the way it's just a door with beautiful flowers. More of my former business papers, business papers. Easter, the way I see Easter. Easter that year also we weren't able to get together with anybody. We had the limits just to meet outside. Wishing or thinking about Easter, or not Easter, but spring. So that was fun. Just again, cutouts. Using my papers. I attempted to paint some flowers. And from my tool painting years, this is from a book. This is a picture that I had taken and printed off from a little dockside bar that we used to go to. Flip out here. This is a stencil that our daughter had cut out for me using her Cricut. I loved it, and I used the berry juice to get that effect there. Another little tuck spot. The acrylic paint really did help to make the pages durable and easy to write on. More of my own paper, homemade paper. Just things from the mail that I put on here. This is, again, my old accounting papers that I used and printed flowers on. Did a lot of journaling. This is a cluster that I sewed. And again, I love the colors. Just some fun little whimsy. A word was right there for me. I glued fabric to this page here. I also used staples. This was great. Just nice sturdy pages. This was a octopus that I had crocheted for our grandson. And in this I have pictures of our family. Pelicans where we were. A card from our daughter. And a folded part of the page here from our my painty papers. And that is the second completed junk journal. Total junk. And I just love it. I love the feel. I love flipping through all the pages. Lovely memories. Some tough times for others, and I mean, it was not fun that we couldn't get together with our families, but we sure made it through, and definitely cherish all the moments. So there you are. I'm so glad that you came to join me on this flip through, and I will continue to flip through the journals that I've made so far. Everybody have a great evening. Stay safe, stay warm, cozy. Talk to you soon. Bye.